Welcome, everybody, to Straight Shoot, a wrestling podcast. Today, we are talking the only boss, the final boss, the high chief, and the man who sits on the board of TKO, whatever that means, The Rock, and what he has brought to the WWE since his return, since his Versace shirts, his diamond necklaces, his glasses, his F-bombs have all returned to WWE television. Con, let's start this off with you. How do you feel about the fuck your story final boss, The Rock?
Cody.
We are not talking about Cody. We are not talking about some story.
All right.
Come on.
You're right. So, Rock, man, listen, I never got to live through a true Rock run before. This is my first Rock run, and it is something special, let me tell you. Like, he hasn't even wrestled yet, which is kind of hilarious about wrestling, that we get so into things and he hasn't actually had a match, but I'm invested, and all I can say about Rock is he has just made the show feel that much more must-see. Like, every time that he is rumored to be there or set to be at a show, it makes the show better, right? Yeah. And the story that he is producing right now, there's so much depth to it, and there's just a lot of directions that it can go. You know, there's the eventual Rock-Roman match that we will get down the line somewhere, but then also the possibility of Rock versus Cody. We get this tag match as well. Like, what's going to happen with the bloodline rules if they get to that point? So Rock, to me, man, as he's returned to WWE, has made this show just must see, in my opinion.
How do you feel about the people that are saying that we don't need The Rock, that he's not adding any value to the story?
Well, I mean, look, that's just not true, right? That we know that's not true. Rock is adding so much value to the story. I get it, though. All right, I'm a Cody fan. I'm a, you could say I'm a Cody crybaby. I bought a cardboard cutout of Cody Rhodes. It's right here. Get a look at it. Cody is still going to finish his story, by the way.
Somehow he's getting married, guys. Anyways.
But these people saying that Rock hasn't added any value to WWE, just it's not true. WWE was cooking before Rock came back, and that is a fact. But like, if you look at the elements that Rock has added to the show, just you think of like, he brings in all these new viewers who are sticking around for people like Drew McIntyre, who are then getting invested in Seth Rollins because Seth is stepping to The Rock. Like, Rock has helped elevate these babyface stars to a whole new level. And all of us can agree that Cody is bigger because of The Rock.
Yes, I 100% agree. And I think what we recently saw with the beatdown of Cody Rhodes was, first off, very Attitude Era-esque. And secondly, very much what needed to put The Rock into that upper echelon of the elite heel. Like, we do have Roman, who, and the one I do want to touch on this, we do have Roman, who is like God mode heel, but like, The Rock doesn't need to do much more now to prove that he is the final boss. He is the elite heel, the biggest heel in the business right now, and he's done it in the matter of 4 weeks, 5 weeks. Imagine what
that image of him emerging like Thanos, coming through the lightning with the smoke. Oh.
It goes back to the video that we had up the other day of WWE production and really elevating everyone. Like, you've got a lot of people don't like those cinematics, but they've kind of moved away from them, of like the big 3D things as people enter, like the Drew McIntyre swords. They just feel like they're in the right spot now, especially for the likes of Drew, the fire for Seth. Like, even when Riddle was around, like the trash pandas running around, like, that was kind of cool. But like with The Rock's production, it's simplicity, just using the screen, and especially in Chicago when they had a minimalistic screen and it still looked badass.
Oh, dude, that looked great. And like, we know why they opened it up, because there was so many fans in attendance that they were like, well, we got to open up more seats here, and so let's open up the seats behind the Titantron. But I like that.
Yeah,
I really like that look. You know, WWE doesn't need these giant LED screens.
No.
Smaller the better in many ways. And getting a bigger house, like if you can afford to open up those seats, right? Like if it makes sense to do it, if people are willing to buy it,
Yeah.
then why not? I think that would be a pretty cool angle, honestly, sitting behind the Titantron, seeing everybody come out.
And
right?
I want to touch on that a little bit, making more room for more seats because we are getting sellout after sellout. What is it? We've gone now 4 weeks of Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown being sold out, and people are saying there's a lot to do with The Rock with that. Yes, he's not at every show, but every show is on a different spectrum now because people want to be invested in this final boss bloodline storyline.
Absolutely. And like, think of Monday Night Raw. This is why it's selling out, because there is the possibility that Roman is going to show up. There's a possibility that Rock is going to show up. Like, they're not announcing The Rock every time he's there. And that adds to this level of unpredictability. And in many ways, it's like The Rock showed up because Roman couldn't get the job done. So, like, you truly don't know when he's going to show up. And, like, that's one of the coolest parts about this era that we're living through with The Rock, is that he may be advertised and you might get super hyped up for his segment, but then he also might drop a random 20-minute video on a Friday cooking Cody Rhodes and Mama Rhodes and his dog. And you're just like, what are we living through? Like, that was an entire segment we got for free on social media.
And again, there was a lot of negative reception to that because a lot of people are like, oh, I can't sit and watch 25 minutes of The Rock cutting a promo. You do it every Monday night or every Friday night.
Like, come on, people. How short are our attention spans? It's a 20-minute Rock promo. You're not watching all that?
Yeah. I remember sitting there and I'm like, I can't believe I just sat through 23 minutes of The Rock. Like, just
it's good.
It was good. And we created merch out of it. By the way, hit the link in the description below. But yeah, no, The Rock right now is really elevating everyone's game, I feel like. And a lot of people are also saying, oh, he's overshadowing Roman. Well, y'all have been bored of Roman for 6 months. Y'all are saying, oh, he never shows up. He's a part-time champion. Well, now there's a reason to get behind Roman because now, even though he is the tribal chief, he's one of the longest reigning WWE champions of all time. Now you almost feel like you want to get behind Roman. Because hold on, hear me out. After WrestleMania, when Cody doesn't finish the story and the Cody crybabies get over it, when Roman then has Rock turn on him, there's a whole new storyline of the potential shift of, do we want a Hollywood part-timer potentially taking the WWE championship from our tribal chief?
God, that means Cody's not finishing his story.
We already know Cody's not finishing his story. Come on, man. You can't be that cynical.
Oh, come on. You're being cynical. Cody's got to get the job done.
He's not getting the job done, trust me. Anyways, but that's what I'm saying. Like, they're almost pushing it in a direction where we slightly feel sorry for Roman right now because he's not the one in charge as he has been for the past 4 years.
I think it's just hey, bro, step up your game. You got this guy coming in and just taking your spotlight. Like, what you doing about it? You know, and that's the disconnect with the Roman character right now with me, is that, and I'm sure we're going to get it.
Yeah, of course.
But like, when Roman did make Rock acknowledge him, I'm like, more of that.
More of that. Exactly.
More of that. Like, Rock's not in charge. He's calling himself the boss. Like, is he your boss? Like, so yeah, there's a lot of story there, and you're right. Like, I can see where they could eventually go with that with Roman, but yeah. I also wonder if this is a way to make Roman the biggest heel, because like we've seen a lot of people saying like Roman can't get the job done on his own, right? He requires the bloodline.
Mm-hmm.
All that it takes is Roman to snap and to say, bye Jimmy, bye Solo, bye Rock, bye Paul.
Yep.
I'm on my own now.
Yep,
and
exactly.
That could be babyface or heel, depending on how they book it. But yeah.
And I get that. It's another view on this could be that Roman right now, like the whole story about Roman not being able to get the job done, he's a heel.
Yeah.
He is a heel. Did Hulk Hogan win every world title without the help of the NWO? when during WCW's run. During the degeneration in the McMahon-Helmsley era, did Triple H win it all by himself? No.
It's kind of funny that you bring up Triple H right here because like that's part of the reason the booking is so strong right now.
Yeah.
He loves booking his heels strong, and then the
Yeah.
chase, like that's wrestling is all about the chase, isn't it?
And
At
that,
the end of
yeah,
the day?
exactly. And a lot of people say, "Oh, we haven't had a face heel in a while, or a face champion."
Face heel,
I know.
a face heel. That's something new.
That would be a tweener. But no, we haven't had a face champion in a while, which is true. We've got Seth, but Seth is kind of a tweener. He's kind of a tweener because he does do some heel tactics and he does cut some heel style promos. And he originally win the world title as a heel, technically? I can't remember.
No.
But
No, it was him, AJ.
oh, okay. But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like Roman, it's like giving. Okay, I am not shooting on Bianca here. I am not. But Bianca getting, say, the world title from Io Sky. Say this was a way of doing it. Bianca chasing is a lot more entertaining than Bianca actually being champion. Okay, like if Bayley beats Io at WrestleMania. Now we have
that's the peak of the story.
That's the
right?
peak of the story.
Put it this way: the story that they're telling is the chase of the championship,
Yeah.
and the culmination of the chase of the championship is winning the championship.
Yeah.
Another great example of that is Kofi Mania.
Yeah.
Kofi Mania was wild, 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 wild. Won the championship. Where do you go from here? It's you got to have the booking
Yeah.
to follow it up, but like Kofi Mania was the peak of it was him winning the title. In many ways, the peak of like Seth Rollins beating Brock Lesnar.
Yep.
Or that chase towards the title, the Beast Slayer that he was. That was the peak of the story, and it died out afterwards as well.
But you look at the Bloodline storyline, and it's like it doesn't matter if Roman like wins by cheating. There's so many other avenues of that story. And God forbid, even if Cody does manage to pull it off, which, again, probably not happening, where you can actually go somewhere with Cody winning because there's like 5 other stories already in play, which makes sense. But with Roman retaining, there's 5 other stories, potentially 6, 7, or 8 stories after WrestleMania in play.
And that's just good booking.
That's amazing booking. And that's why Triple H is so good at booking his heels so strong. So, guys, let us know in the comments. First off, who's winning at WrestleMania? Is it the Cody Crybabies, or are we going to be acknowledging our tribal chief? And secondly, does The Rock bring more value to the WWE and the story? Con, where can people find you?
Cody's going to finish this story. You can find me at Conman167 on any social media. Just go take a look.
And guys, you can find me at MrTeshk. Make sure you click our connect links down below to get yourself a Fuck Your Story hoodie. And yeah, Con, fuck your story.
I wish I sold cardboard cutouts of Cody.